Hello and welcome to the virtual groom room. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you another shaving video, and this will be my last shaving video of my trip to England, or my home. I'm sad to be leaving England, as you would expect. I've enjoyed my time here despite the awkward circumstances at the moment. In terms of what I'm using for this video, I didn't overpack, so I didn't bring a lot of different stuff, so we are going to be going back to this. This is the collaboration between Karve and Tallow and Still. If you haven't seen this, I really want you to see these logos. So there's the Tallow and Still logo, and there's the Karve logo, if you can see that. Scent on this is very, very coffee forward. As I said in the previous video, if you want a bit more insight on what the soap actually is like, check out that video, because I'm not going to be talking too much about it here. The razor I'm going to be using is, once again, the titanium Karve. I promise when I go back home, I'm not only going to be using this razor, although I want to. Okay, let's get a load up here, and I guess we'll get to shaving. So, in the last day, the government here have announced the stricter laws on public places. So no restaurants are open. Well, restaurants can, I guess, do takeout or delivery. The issue with that is a lot of restaurants that don't have that infrastructure can't do it, because it requires a certain amount of infrastructure and planning. The issue with not having that is you're pretty much just going to be fucking yourself in terms of planning. But I mean, the way I see it at this point, this could last. Like, this could last a few months. Really, don't get it twisted. It could last a while. So I hope that a lot of businesses manage to figure something out in terms of income. I don't think the package proposed by the government is very good at all. But I'm not going to get into that too much. Just say I think a lot of the things they propose just push problems down the line for businesses, especially if it doesn't pick up quickly afterwards. I have a stark feeling that this is going to put, I'm not sure about the world, but at least Europe back into a little bit of a recession, because the spending will stop. Many people have started losing their jobs. I'm very fortunate that I work from home, but at the same time it's important to remember that my job is basically built on a hobbyist industry, and there's no hobbyist industry if no one has any money to spend. So there's going to be a bit of pressure for people within the wet shaving industry too, I imagine. But it is what it is at this point. I think the measures they have taken, closing down public places, is probably, well, not probably, just is necessary. It needed to happen. I like how on the local government level, how a lot of US states are dealing with it. It's much more proactive as opposed to reactive, how Europe has done it. The problem with the European attitude, and look, I'm European, so I can say it. I'm English, we're European. Forgive me if you disagree with me, but we are. It's very blasé in the sense that, yeah, you know, it'll be fine. I'm gonna go to the pub and just drink some beer with my friends. It'll be okay. And honestly, I think places like Italy and France and Spain have suffered with that quite a lot. My city is Bristol. Anyone that knows Bristol knows it's still pretty compact. It's quite similar to London. And because of that, we have a few cases here. I mean, nowhere near the scale of London, but there are cases. And frankly, I think these preventative measures should have probably been taken ages ago. Mind you, even after Boris Johnson announced that, on my way home, I drove past a lot of pubs and they were very busy. So at the end of the day, you're not going to stop people from doing what they want to do. And I'm an advocate of that. So do what you want. Don't be a dick. But do what you want. Because if you know the risks, frankly, and you're ignoring it and you get it, it's kind of your fault at that point. For not taking any precautionary measures whatsoever. And frankly, I think a lot of these people are aware that it can, especially older people. I fully understand why you would be quite afraid. I have a friend whose father has leukemia at the moment. So as you can imagine, he's fucking scared. Fucking scared, and I would be too. Really, all he can do is keep safe, stay indoors, wash your hands, and just be careful. I'm flying back on Monday. Today, as I'm recording this, is Saturday. As far as I'm aware, we're going to fly back unhindered. Trump has extended the travel ban a bit deeper, I've been told, or at the very least they're considering it. And honestly, I don't always agree politically with that guy, but I get it. I mean, it's probably a good idea to stop traveling now. And I think a lot of countries, especially in Europe, have adopted that a bit too late. So I hope all of you are well. I hope all of you are kind of getting through this at the moment. My advice to you would be take up some hobbies that you can do indoors. My plan is to read some books, play some video games, get a good stock of beer. For me, it's very important. And look, I don't want to sound like a fuckhead because that's not my intention. To remain productive, because I think if you start vegging out on the sofa the whole of your time in isolation, you could be doing something much better with your time. And there was this guy I saw in the news that was fucking learning to speak Russian, which is, bro, all power to you. That's how you want to spend the time. You are using your time very wisely, my friend. But no, I hope all of you are okay. And staying safe, taking precautions, like we all should be at the moment. I have a friend whose girlfriend has caught the coronavirus, which is very unfortunate. I mean, to be honest, like, unless you have like a previous condition or some sort of health risk, for the most part, if you're my age, you can be fine. If you have older parents, you have to consider that, because that's also a possibility. I have an older dad, and, well, not older, he's 63, but it's not young, you know, it's not my age or anything, so before I go and see him, I wash my hands, I sanitize my hands, make sure I'm clean, and I sit a bit further away. It's important to take those precautions. At first, honestly, I thought we were overreacting a bit, but for the sake of those people, it's important we get this dealt with. But yeah, I'm in my last couple of days here. It's unfortunate that all of the restaurants are closed, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Luckily, a lot of the places are still offering carry out, so I don't really have ideal cooking conditions here in the Airbnb I'm staying at, so I need to be able to carry out, and I can, so he says that. For all you people that have lost your jobs during this, I'm really sorry. It's just shit, really shit. It's incredibly punishing when it happens at the best of times, but in this situation it's even worse because you're just not going to easily find a new job. It's not like that. You're going to probably be sitting until the stuff is over. Which no one knows. That's a good first pass there. Razor's so smooth. Love the scent of the soap as well. He's nailed the coffee in this, and the green even. Like, it's just a very well-rounded scent. As far as I'm aware, what the ideas he proposed to us, he's absolutely nailed them because we agreed on this, and I love it. We're considering some different options in terms of kind of releasing this. We're not sure yet, so kind of watch Karve social media, and I'm sure we'll decide on something. Because it's really unknown to when big shave will be, which is, again, understandable. I was really looking forward to that as well, honestly. I was going to meet some people I haven't met before. Okay, pass 2. Let's go cross grain. One thing I haven't missed is the weather. I can tell you that much. It's awful. I'm obviously climatized to New Mexico weather, and pretty much across the board New Mexico weather is pretty pleasant. Unless it's monsoon season, and then it really sucks. I need to get used to this again to move to Portland. As the climate's very similar. I think Portland probably has a higher average temperature. Like, it's not consistently as cold, as far as I'm aware anyway. I've checked in the last few weeks, and the temperature's quite similar to Albuquerque. Quite similar, not really similar. I mean, now in Albuquerque it's like 20 degrees, and it will stay that way until summer hits, then it gets unbearably hot again. Cross grain pass for me, I need to be careful because my skin is still pretty sensitive when I do this. And what do I mean by be careful? Just minimal pressure, even with this light razor. nice. I love this Tallow and Steel base. These soaps are kind of on my top shelf, which are all my favorite artisans, the ones I support the most. Singari, of course, Tallow and Steel, Noble Otter, Western Man, Talbot, companies that I really like. Honestly, that's kind of how I purchase nowadays. You know, I could just buy everything, but what's the point? You know, there are companies that I identify with, and I like the way they do business. Not that saying the companies I don't buy from frequently, I don't like the way they do business, but these specific companies appeal to me the most, so they get my money. Oh, that coffee, man. Not had my morning coffee yet, so it's a stark reminder that needs to happen sooner rather than later. We will be doing another episode. The Razorburn podcast, I believe, will be recorded weekly and uploaded weekly for the foreseeable future at the very least. So kind of while this stuff is going on, I think it's a great idea to have more listeners. Not so much for the promotion of the podcast, but just to keep people, I guess, occupied and busy. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Okay, let's get the cold water out. Oh, it's cold. It's really cold. Okay, let's go in. Oh man, that's cold. Whew. Christ. If that's not gonna wake you up in the morning, I don't know what is. Aside from my morning coffee. Christ. Jesus. Oh, that was a good shave though, I have to say. Fantastic post shave on that. Shake up the splash. One of my favorite splashes, if it doesn't destroy my skin because of the ingredients. This is the alcohol-free splash from Tallow and Steel. I really like this. It's oh man, that is a remarkable scent on the splash. Wow. Kind of like very coniferous coffee. Green and wow, outstanding. What a scent. I really want a lot of you to try this. So like I said, we're trying to come up with a way to, I guess, a way to have everyone have it and still make it financially viable for us, so we don't just get destroyed on shipping. If we do come up with something, you guys will be the first to know, I assure you. But yeah, my gear today, the awesome collab, it's wet, but it doesn't matter. The awesome collab between Karve Shaving Co. and Tallow and Steel, morning coffee in the Canadian wilderness. Awesome collab. Fucking lit. My razor of choice was once again the titanium Christopher Bradley razor that's covered in soap. My brush was this 26mm Tuxedo brush by my good old pal Milton at TurnnShave. And my post was the matching splash to the soap, which has a different scent. This is slightly greener, but on the dry down, you really get the coffee that comes out. It's an awesome scent. I really enjoy this scent. But yeah, I hope you all are staying safe. This will be my last video before going back to the US, so hopefully that goes well. I hope you guys wish me luck in my return to the United States. Just never know how that's going to go in this current climate. But yeah, wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you are having a wonderful day, that you're all safe and you're all well. My name is Jack, your host from the Virtual Grim Room. Goodbye for now.